Hey, peace, what's going on? It's Monday, May the 3rd, 2010. I'm here with the brother Hondo Solomon. He's getting ready to continue his navigation further up the East Coast. And before he signed off, I wanted to talk to him a little bit more about health, but more so towards dealing with the transition. Because one thing is health knowledge. I think another degree of that knowledge is insight or advice as far as how to go with that, making those changes when you're in a habit of eating unhealthy, of being around unhealthy people, and like making a deep level fundamental lifestyle change, you know. Because if I'm not mistaken, like neuroscience is beginning to find out that your habits actually become ingrained in your neural pathways in your mind.
Very true.
So maybe as far as like dealing with the emotional things, or what would you say as far as advice pertaining to that?
Well, all of it is connected, but specifically, you know, as far as habits are concerned, you know, we touched on this the other day regarding starting slowly with one thing.
Right.
You know, if you're a person who doesn't necessarily want to eat a lot of healthy food, but you know it's better for you, just start with taking a little bit with your lunch.
Right.
You know, and like you said, those neural pathways, you automatically start doing it, and it'll become less of a thing where you have to gear yourself up emotionally for it, and it just becomes a habit. Because you already know that you want to do it for your health.
Right.
You know, although the junk food may taste better.
Right.
That is until you change your diet.
Until you actually get into the habit of it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so that's a very important step. Just starting out small, and you'll find that you really don't have to psych yourself up. You know, and then you'll find that your palate changes. You know, your taste for foods change. You won't desire sugar anymore.
Right.
You only desire the natural sugar saved from fruits, as opposed to eating a lot of breads that turn into sugars, go from starches into sugars, and things of that nature. I think really for me personally, that was the biggest thing, was just starting out with that one thing. And you made a good point about the neural pathways.
Yeah. With me, I was telling a friend about this yesterday. Basically, I learned about a psychological technique called reframing, which means that what you do is you change in your mind the value of the action you're taking. So, for instance, if you had like a cigarette issue, it's like with most people who smoke, they do it for like relaxation or calmness, ease, release tension, and things like that. And instead of seeing the health change as you saying, no, I'm not having a cigarette, you get into a positive reframe where you're saying, what I'm saying is yes to a healthy me, yes to a healthy future, yes to a more fulfilled present time, and yes to a healthy body. You know what I mean? Also, with me, I don't know if I broke this down to you, but turning vegetarian helped me get out of a state of depression.
Yes.
And once I experienced that, there was sort of like a fundamental kind of association with something that meant something to me on a deeper level that motivated the change.
It's personal.
What about what would you say about like dealing with other people, maybe like family members and other friends that might ridicule you for making certain health changes? Do you have any like thoughts on that?
Well, yeah. What it boils down to at the end of the day is you have to ask yourself, am I willing to live a long, healthy life no matter what? Or am I willing to compromise and live a shorter lifespan in sickness?
Right.
Okay, that's what it boils down to when we get past everything else.
Right.
And with our family and so-called friends, okay, we're dealing with their verbal abuse in many cases. Okay, and literally, when you try to eat better, sometimes they will shut off your supply of food if you are dependent on them.
Yeah,
and I've actually been in that situation, so I really know what that's about. But you have to, you know, part of it is what you mentioned about being in the right frame of mind, and having the proper emotional state. You'll automatically take care of yourself no matter what. And when you have dependents, when you have children, when you have a spouse, because you know, ladies, you know, y'all are in the kitchen most of the time, and you know, y'all are in those cases very much responsible for preparing of the food. It's very important to include proper diet in there, and that actually shows you this. It's almost like a network when you're dealing with your immediate family, and you have children, you have a spouse. You know, you'll find a support structure even when even when you don't want to. If you really pray about the situation, you meditate on it, you'll actually find yourself gathering to yourself like different people who are supportive.
Exactly.
And the other people, they'll, no matter what they say, you have so much strength now.
It won't affect you.
Exactly. And I actually found that to be the case when I went vegetarian in Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia has such a large vegetarian community. I mean, I fell right into the thing.
Right, I remember that. What's funny now is, even though my family gave me a lot of beef, no pun intended, about turning vegetarian, now it's to the point where they're the ones asking me for health advice regarding certain things. And so it's really about a long-term perspective, I think, as well. So with that said, you can shoot us any questions you have, any suggestions at all. Hope you guys enjoyed the series of videos that we put together, and appreciate you checking it out. Now, anything else you want to add on? Because the floor is yours to go ahead and blast off.
I just appreciate you having me.
Oh, man. It was
appreciate
real,
the hospitality, bro.
Can't wait till the next time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, peace out.